How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to kind of quickly go over this syllabus. It's going to point out some main points that I want to draw your attention to, but please do, if you have time, to look at this a little bit more in depth. But just right off the bat, here are a bunch of resources that are available to you. They're all links that if you maybe need to use. Here's my information. Here's my office. It's up on Hilo campus. Here's my phone number. Here's my office hours. So if you ever need to get in touch with me, please do. The best is by email. Feel free to do that. Here's my sort of introduction. I've put this other parts of Lamaku with in the About Me sections. There. Course descriptions, learning outcomes. You can take a look at those. Basically, just like we want you. I think this course is important because it helps you better understand the world around you. The world's getting smaller. I mean, we can zoom in, be online all over the world. And I think these types of world history courses will help you in the future, particularly meeting people from other places. So that course format, I think you're getting used to that now. Mondays at 9 a.m. everything will be available to you. Wednesday, I'll do a midweek check-in, which I'll do in a little bit here. Friday, pretty much every week, every Friday there's an assignment due. It's textbook cost $0, nothing to pay for. Technology, here's a bunch of links there. Don't really need to do that. Attendance participation, well, it's online. Basically, just stay active. Don't fall behind. Log in every week. One thing that I do want to draw your attention to, probably the most important part of the syllabus, is please read assignment guidelines and formats. Every assignment has guidelines and formats. Please follow them. Take a couple minutes to read those, right? If you just, again, it's an online course, so, it's kind of on your own, but particularly in assignments, if you just kind of like put on whatever you feel like doing, it makes my job very difficult, right? If my job was, all right, your assignment is to put together a chair and you turn this into me because you didn't follow the guidelines, well, what am I supposed to do with it, right? I mean, I could sit on this, right? So technically it is sittable, but it's not really a chair. So please do follow those. Take a few minutes just to follow those things and do them. So, and if you have any questions on the assignments or guidelines, please email me and I will clarify those as best I can. AI as well. Here's this stuff here. AI is a tool. Please feel free to use it, but don't rely on it, right? Anything you use with AI, you need to then put in your own words, right? There's, it's around, and you can use it to generate ideas. But this is what I ask AI to tell me about itself. I used AI to generate this, but I also, this is what AI said about it. It's a tool to assist students, right? It's collaborative, but don't, right? This last thing, students can leverage technology to augment their educational journeys. Do you use that kind of language in your everyday writing? Would you say augment your educational journey? No, there's a certain language of AI that comes around that, so it's very easy to see now. So, part of college and the learning experience is to augment your human intelligence or enhance that. So please, use it as a tool, but do not rely on AI. And if I see a bunch of AI stuff, which again, at this day is pretty important, I will give you a 0 and just move on and look at somebody who's used their own language. So just take a look at that. Course schedule, I think you can follow along here. Pretty straightforward. There, kind of come along. The one thing I would like to keep in mind is this next section of the course. The big assignment for this semester is your epic essay. Please, you can look at the directions there. We'll talk about this a little more. But you will be reading an epic. You can choose any epic in the history, anything before 1500 that is epic literature. We'll talk about what epics mean. But it is due March 14th, right before spring break. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. Maybe be thinking about that right now, about what epic you might want to read. Here's a bunch of other stuff. Final exams Wednesday, May 14th. There we go. Here's some explanations about points and stuff. Here's a little more about the epic essay you can take a look at. Again, I'll explain that a little more as we go. Late work, missed assignments as well. I try to turn things in on time, but if I understand that things happen, things come up, but that's your responsibility, right? If you miss an assignment, you need to. The best thing to do is to email me beforehand. And if you do, I'll grant you extension, no questions asked. You don't even tell me why. Just say, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late on this assignment by on Friday 4. I'll say, great, get it in by Sunday, no problem. Because that's you being responsible, taking responsibility for your educational journey. If you do miss the assignment, you have 1 week to email it to me and say, hey, I missed it, and I'll let you make it up, but it'll be 10% off. If you don't email me after it by a week after it's due, then you can't make it up, right? That's just to avoid getting an email like, at the end of the semester, hey, I missed like 7 different assignments. Can I make them all up right now at the end of the semester when both you and I are doing a whole bunch of other things? Right? No, I don't want to do that. So just be aware. You have these, you have Lamaku, you have the syllabus, when things are due. So just let me know. Right. Plagiarism, kind of AI or other things off the internet. Don't. I want to know what you have to say. You're smart people, and you have things to say. Let me know. If you do plagiarize, right? It's blatantly AI or it's very clearly taken off something else. I'll just move on. I'll give you a 0 and move on. I'll spend my time. I have limited amount of time. In a lot of classes and students, I will use my time effectively and with that. So if it's a plagiarized, I'll just move on with my day. Here's all the assignments here. Where to get help. Again, the nice thing about community colleges is they have a whole bunch of assistance for you. Basic needs there. If anything comes up, utilize those. Financial aid, they'll help you out. Disability services, if you have one, make sure you talk to somebody about it. If you think you may have one, but you've never been properly sort of vetted for that, talk to them. Set up an appointment. See if that is. Because if you do get a documented disability, that could really assist you in getting assistance in all sorts of ways. Here's Lamaku if you have any questions with them. Counselors, you should all have a counselor assigned to you. Please get in touch with them. They're there to help you. They can help you. And then if something seriously comes up, like there's all sorts of resources for you as well. Again, mental health, I think there's definitely been a pivot towards understanding how mental health helps, helps students succeed. So if you have things that come up, again, reach out. Community college has all sorts of things for you. Here's add drop dates, things like that. You can look it over on your own. Title IX, discrimination. If you experience discrimination in any way, shape, or form, here's all the information for you to touch and reach out to as well. All right, so that's kind of a little syllabus overview. Yeah,